Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. So we are on Cronos Station. I'll be using Garrus and Edie because I have to. Hurricane and the Predator. And I used the Predator because I used it once. The entire game on both my Engineer and my Vanguard. I just used it in the tutorial and I don't think ever use it again. So why not? Let's try something different, I guess. In retrospect, I actually really do not like the Predator. I feel like it is a gun that is far better when it's been upgraded and well modded, whereas I just have a level 1. It really doesn't do the amount of damage I'd like, and it doesn't have enough ammo for what I would like. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. So this is the second to last mission of the entire game. This will be at least a 2-parter. I think it's actually a 3-parter, with a 3rd episode just being a boss fight. And I will be picking up the Falcon, and I will be using it, actually. Once I get it, I'll use it through the rest of the mission and in the boss fight. And, yep, I think that's basically it. So we are going to have some plot leading up to the actual fight. And I am just respecking. I haven't used Edie in a long time, so getting that all good to go. So I'll be back in a little bit.
Shepard, the intel you sent looks good. The fleets are ready to go.
But?
Once we're committed against Cerberus, it won't be long before the Reapers take notice.
And the Crucible?
Ready, except for the catalyst. But there's no way to hide the ships we'll be sending at Cerberus. Once we attack, the Crucible won't stay safe for long. For all intents and purposes, an assault on Cerberus will be the first stage of our attack on Earth.
What happens if Cerberus doesn't have the intel we need? Or they stop us from getting it?
Then we lead the fleets to Earth and we take our chances. But your intel points to Cerberus and the elusive man holding the information we're looking for. And we have the element of surprise. Cerberus won't know what hit him.
The Reapers and Cerberus started this. Now we're gonna end it.
I'll get the fleets mobilized.
Shepard, we've arrived. The crew is waiting.
The strike team is in. We've got our foothold. Fifth Fleet, All forward. I don't want a single Cerberus ship in my sky when we're through.
Shepard, I should accompany you on this mission.
Why?
This is the central point of operations for Cerberus. They will have enhanced security measures. With my knowledge of Cerberus algorithms and this body's updated protocols, I offer the best chance to help you succeed.
Grab your gear.
Joker, what's our status?
We've got a foothold, but it's not much, Commander. A lot of fighters guarding the launch base.
Can you get us in?
Hey, no need to be insulting. It might be a bumpy ride, though.
Do what you can.
Shepard, I am ready.
Wait, what? Are you crazy? You can't go to Cerberus headquarters. They could have a virus or a kill switch or...
I will be fine, Jeff.
Head to the shuttle, Edie.
Fifth Fleet's cut through their line. They're regrouping. Now's as good a time as any.
I know it hurts. Not being able to go with her.
Yeah, it sucks. Thanks for bringing that up. Hey, Shepard. Keep her safe.
Same to you.
Okay, here we go. So this was very well suited to the Vanguard all the way around. They tend to flank you in corners on the far right, like this Centurion, though I'm going to kill him before he gets the opportunity, but he would have flanked farther right if I had waited. And even where he was, it dropped me behind cover. Now this guy's behind cover. There are boxes near him that I can take cover against the open area, the left side, my left right now. And enemies are generally kind of just spread out, and the biggest threat, of course, is the Atlas mech. He does have a lot of support. I also knew from my engineer that there would be guys in this upper balcony coming, and I really want the opportunity to just charge in on them and then go up there. But I am waiting for them to show themselves, waiting for them to spawn. And again, you know, he flanks me in the rear, and it gives me perfect position to now go up here. And off we go. So that worked out perfectly, just as I wanted. Wanted to see if this was doable, and it is. However, there is one key problem. This room, they actually spawn in this room. And for some reason, you cannot charge in here. Charge just does not work. So I am desperately trying to get the hell out. And fortunately, I do manage to do so. And now they're out of the room, so I can freely charge again. But in that little room, you just can't charge for whatever reason. It just, the game won't let you. I could have waited a little bit for more of them to clear the room, but I didn't want to let any of them go down the ladder. I wanted to just clean them all up while they were up here clustered. Let me just Nova them all down. And this is an example of the Predator just not quite cutting it. The number of shots it has in reserve, nowhere near enough shots to take out this Atlas mech. And my only other resort is the Hurricane. So maybe if I had something other than the Hurricane, I wouldn't have cared so much, but I was kind of relying on it in this instance, especially, I mean, it's an Atlas mech, so I can't really close on it. I don't really have powers to deal with it. If I was a different class, it probably wouldn't have been such a big deal. And again, if it was upgraded and whatever. But then again, the main reason I haven't used it is just because I kind of consider it the vanilla pistol, and I wanted to use, you know, the other ones that you actually unlock throughout the game. And now I am going to wait for this guy to peek again, because I know the Atlas mech is going to start closing on me pretty soon, and I need to get out of there. Though I could have probably just ran to the left or the right, but this would have killed two birds with one stone, so to speak. One charge. And there he goes. Also puts me in position to res whoever's dead over there, Garrus. But I don't really find it necessary. And I'm going to have a bit of time here, so I guess I could talk about something else. So, I've complained about the difficulty and whatever, and kind of posited ideas about how to improve it. And one thing I don't think I have mentioned enough, I did in brief, but not to a great extent, is just how difficult it is to balance one of these games. Especially a game like this, where you have multiple classes, a lot of different power combinations, bonus skills, loadouts, and whatever. And ultimately, on Insanity, you want basically any combination of loadout and power choice and class and whatever to ultimately be able to succeed at any challenge. I mean, that's basically their goal. They want you to be able to do anything using any loadout for the most part. Even just a single weapon, because then you'd have to use a powers build. You know, if you just want to use a Predator pistol, hey, you can win. You just have to use a powers build or something. Barring things that are really absurd, like using a single weapon like the Predator and then no powers or something. I mean, if you purposely just completely gimp yourself, then no, it's not balanced around you succeeding. I mean, that's what you've done. And they don't reasonably expect the vast majority of players to do something like that. If they thought a lot of players would do it, they would take it into consideration. But if they think just a very small subset will do it, then they won't. Unless they feel like there is something in the game that will lead players to want to do that for whatever reason. If they feel like players are being led to do that, then that's something else. But for the most part, a player is only going to do that on purpose, knowing that it's going to make them very, very weak. So they don't really take it into consideration. But something to keep in mind, they could make the game a lot harder than it is, but the harder you make it, the more specialized and the more optimized classes and characters need to actually be. Right now, you don't need to be optimized at all for the most part to succeed on Insanity. Eventually, if they make it really, really hard, that won't be the case anymore, and you'll be locked into certain loadouts, certain power combinations, and eventually, if they make it really hard, certain classes. So something to keep in mind, but here is some plot.
Edie, I've got a console. Go!
Hangar vent procedure. Disabled.
Can you open the hangar?
No. However, I can access their fighter launch controls. Shepard, Cerberus is aware that the venting attempt failed. Reinforcements are inbound.
Well, that was short for once. Another example of they wouldn't let me charge because these guys were in their spawn room, so I wasn't able to charge them. Once they just pass that invisible line, right there, just once the doorway is passed, then I can charge. But for some reason, either maybe it was an engine limitation or something even. Or just a safeguard so players couldn't exploit something, or it would get players stuck in the room or whatever. Sure, there were reasons. And I knew there was going to be a bunch of guys grouped together here because this is where they spawn. I'm getting a little cocky, just charging in blindly with a quick Nova and very nearly pay for it. I should have at the very least opened up with a couple of overloads so that after my charge everybody would be knocked all over the place. That would have made things a bit easier. And I whiffed the heavy melee, but had some shields, so I could use Nova and protect myself. I'm using the Hurricane right now. Hard to get shots off, even at mid-range outside of cover with this thing, because of its massive, massive recoil. Charging face first into the Guardian and taking him out. Haven't done that in a while. Haven't had the opportunity. You face less and less Guardians as the game goes on. They seem to get supplanted by Phantoms for the most part. And I hear a grenade, so I'm just kind of hiding. I don't see where it is. I don't want to run the risk. It was actually very close to me. So it was probably for the best. And that's it for this area. Though we do have some combat to go. Quite a bit, actually. But we have a little bit of running ahead, so I'll let you skip to the next actual fight.
Overriding safeties. The fighter should now launch toward the hangar door.
Perfect. Let's get down there.
Launching fighter.
Impressive.
The central lab was located behind this hangar. I suggest we follow the fighter's path.
Noted. Let's move.
Intruder alert.
Alright.
All personnel prepare for security lockdown. Repeat.
A commenter told me that there are supposed to be 2 Atlas mechs here. He said that he had 2 Atlas mechs here, whereas I only have 1. Now, and he also said, you know, I wonder if his story choices or the fact that he had imported a character had something to do with this. I don't know. Maybe it's just if you're really high level, like you've imported a character and you're in your 50s or even 60 or something at this point, then they eventually scale and they have 2 rather than just 1. I think I'm in my high 30s or early 40s right now, something like that. Wish there would have been 2, would have been nice. Or even 3, that would have been cool. You never face 3 Atlas mechs from what I've seen throughout the game. That would be a different change. Might be interesting. But this is the second playthrough now that I've only faced 1, so I don't think it's a bug on my end. I think it just has to do with imported characters or something. I also made different story choices this time around as well, to an extent, so... I don't know. But he's already just about done. I'll be picking up the Falcon in just a second. I was tired of waiting. Go gadget 200% freaking cooldown reduction. Recharge bonus, however you want to say it.
Now we can cause some real damage.
Okay, so I'm about to pick up the Falcon, and then there's going to be plot. So I'll let you guys skip through that if you'd like to the next actual fight.
Can you get past it?
One moment. Cerberus has updated their encryption. There may be a slight delay as I bypass security.
How's Cerberus reacting to us breaching the door?
They are sealing off as much of the base as they can. Most obvious routes to the central lab are blocked. Other areas are being fortified. Heavy troopers will attempt to delay us while engineers set up turrets.
Any more surprises like venting the hangar?
No. I am aware of this facility's safeguards and can counteract them. Cerberus can merely slow us down.
And if I hadn't brought you along?
Cerberus would have vented the hangar.
Thanks for coming.
I am pleased to assist. We must proceed through a sublevel to avoid Cerberus containment measures.
Where do you think we'll find the Prothean VI?
A central lab at the heart of this facility. It is the most secure area. Following the destruction left by the fighter will offer the most direct route. At once.
Alright, here we go. So I'm now using the Falcon. I actually found the Falcon to be pretty good on a Vanguard, in the hands of a Vanguard. I typically charge on guys and do a lot of damage to them with that and Nova. And the Falcon's a really nice weapon to finish enemies off. Like so. Just a quick shot, he's gone, that's it. Doesn't do very good damage, and it has a very limited ammo supply. Was nerfed significantly. But as it stands, I don't mind it on a Vanguard. Now, against Cerberus, at least. Against the Reapers, I did try some experimentation with it against the Reapers, and I didn't like it anywhere near as much. I feel like they have more health or something. And it just didn't really work. But I don't know. This room is deceptive. It's actually a lot more wide open than you'd think because of the pipes. A lot of times they can shoot through the pipes even if you think you're behind covers. That's something to look out for, especially when you're dealing with the turrets. And I'm trying to airburst him, and I did succeed to knock him out of cover so I could charge on him. Worked very nicely, because right then a grenade was thrown at me, so that was nice. And as you can see, I mean, this weapon is very, very accurate when fired from the hip, especially because if you just shoot it near an opponent, the grenades airburst anyway. So it's really nice for just quick kills and finishing guys off, but using it as a primary, you just don't have enough ammo. It doesn't do enough damage. Maybe when it's really heavily upgraded. I mean, this is a level 1. It's actually unmodded right now as well.
To create functional shock troops quickly.
Just like the Reapers
But
did with the Collectors, turning victims
I
into
don't know.
shock troops.
Yes.
More plot. I'll be back. Skip ahead if you want.
We will be through momentarily. Shepard, that console has not been fully scrubbed. It contains data you may find interesting.
What am I looking at?
When the Collectors destroyed the original Normandy, Cerberus recovered your body. Project Lazarus was the code name for the process by which you were reconstructed to fight the Reapers.
It can't be done. It's not a matter of resources.
It's always a matter of resources. We're not losing Shepard.
Sir, Shepard is clinically brain dead. After that much trauma, that long with no oxygen, we cannot overcome nature.
Operative Lawson disagrees. She is now in charge of Project Lazarus.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Pretty stark. You okay?
No different than any other time I've been knocked out. Just took him a little longer to slap me back into fighting shape. I'm still me. And this, it doesn't change anything.
You're the best hope we've got against the Reapers. Nothing else matters.
Tissue regeneration is proceeding. The helmet kept the brain intact for whatever good that will do.
Lawson will find a way.
Sir, Shepard's an Alliance soldier. As far as he knows, we're a terrorist organization.
Shepard's a soldier. He knows the Reapers are the real threat. He'll work with us.
He really had you boxed in.
Every instinct I had told me not to trust Cerberus. But I needed their help. So I played along.
You did what you had to, Shepard. And I was there with you.
Project Lazarus is reporting neurological activity. They're requesting more funding.
Granted. Get me our potential recruits file. Shepard will be up soon. We need a crew.
Our existing forces should be more than sufficient.
No. We need sympathetic faces. I need Shepard invested. Tap Kelly Chambers and recruit Donnelly. I imagine Miss Daniels will follow. We'll want some old friends as well. Contact Dr. Chakwas and send me the psych profile on Shepard's pilot, along with a bottle of 47 Thessia Red.
Sneaky little bastard. Use them to keep you from seeing the real Cerberus.
How's that door coming, Edie?
We are clear to proceed.
Incursion team, what's your status?
We've cleared the hangar and are inside the base.
Good work. Do you need support?
Negative. Keep the heat on. We'll find what we need.
This is a long one. There's a lot of conversations in this mission.
Hull integrity may be compromised. Proceed to protective bunkers.
So here we go. Engineers, shield pylons. I don't know why I'm wasting grenades on shield pylons. For some reason I thought this would be the time, finally, that the grenade doesn't bounce off the shield pylon and it actually destroys it. But that is not the case. Really wanted to take out that engineer before he could get away, but I'm not so fortunate. Now I just need to get away from the turret. This was actually made pretty ridiculously trivial by the sheer nature that right now, however I have Incinerate spec'd, I don't know what it is, but Edie's Incinerate does just a ridiculous amount of damage. So if you just get rid of the shields and then follow through with the quick Incinerate, it almost one-shots a turret at full armor. So that made this just really easy. Not much you can do about it, though, I mean, barring just not using Incinerate. And I didn't realize how powerful it was at the time. I just suddenly noticed, wow, I can do a ridiculous amount of damage to turrets. Okay. As usual, I am trying to focus down the engineers, but there are generators preventing me from doing so. The Falcon is doing nice splash damage, though. That is one area where it really shines. If you can get enemies just clustered together, might not do great damage against individual targets, but if you're, you know, getting it in a group and hitting them all with the grenade, the damage really does rack up pretty quickly. Becomes far more significant and threatening. It also knocks enemies around, and it's a cool weapon. I like it, I just don't feel like I'll be using it too terribly much. Maybe more so on other, more shooty characters, maybe not more shooty, but just backfield guys. But I really didn't like it that much on my engineer, and he was pretty backfield. For the most part. Beyond just moving into flank and whatever. So right there I think I just used it, and then yeah, it does a lot of damage. By which I mean I used Incinerate on the turret. To clarify.
Get ready, more up ahead.
So, after this, we have 2 more Cronos Station episodes. We have a lot of plot in the next one with some combat, and the last one is just a boss fight. And then we will, I think, be on Earth. We'll be in the final mission, barring maybe a quick Normandy intermission. This is definitely winding down. And I will be releasing a lot of these videos at once. Rather than releasing a few a day, I've decided, at least for now, just to finish off this series, I want to release the last batch in one large chunk. Granted, this is already one of the last episodes, so by the time you see this, I'll probably have already uploaded a ton. But yeah, all throughout the day, for like 24 hours, I'll just be releasing like 30 episodes or whatever, something like that. And that'll just kind of be my finale to the series. They'll have all been set up and rendered and processed and good to go, so. But like I said, I do have some other things I need to do before moving on to my next playthrough, but it will be coming soon. Very soon. Very soon. I miss Sabotage. Sabotage makes you look forward to turrets, though I guess, again, frickin' quick overload coupled with an Incinerate does the job just fine at this level. So much damage. Alright guys, that's basically it. So thanks for watching, stay tuned for my next episode. Please sub if you like what I'm doing, and please give me some likes if you would enjoy the video, it helps to spread my work. Have a good one.